Hi guys, this is Cece here from Cece Sharing Space. In this space, we share views and information on self-development and relationship building. Please subscribe to my channel and click on the notification button and to receive notifications for the new videos. And also, don't forget to click on the like button. Enjoy, thank you. Hi guys, season's greetings to everyone listening to this video. Anyway, we're in the festive period now, and in South Africa specifically and all over the world, we are now in the most in-depth spending period of the year. Although we've had a pandemic which affected the whole globe, every country was affected. South Africa was highly affected because our economy is not as strong as other countries. So we actually have a harder hit on in terms of what happened in the economies in the world. South Africa's economy is basically very, very poor because of the unemployment. Anyway, my topic today is directly related to money issues. Okay, so we're in the festive period now, and this is the time of spending. This is a time when people spend a lot of money because it's a festive period. It's a Christmas time, and people overspend at this time. South African people generally do overspend because we're very highly indebted as a community, as a people. We're highly indebted. We've got the highest kind of credit card type of debt, second to the Western world. Apparently, because in South Africa is the only Western country that actually has the same system as the other Western countries, or the same financial system. So we have things like use now, buy now, and then pay later. In other African countries, this is really not heard of, especially up north and west of Africa. This is not heard of. Okay, so they don't have such social pressures in terms of buying things during the festive period because everything is bought in cash. But in South Africa, you can buy cash and you can also buy credit card or use a credit card, or it's all retail stuff. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about today is why we overspend during festive time, and in terms of our spending budgets, and how we can combat that, how we can prevent ourselves from overspending. Okay, being a person that's now currently married, but most of my adult life I was a single parent, and I understand being a black person, colored black as I call my mom was actually a Xhosa, so I grew up in a colored background. And yeah, in Christmas time we have a good time, we enjoy ourselves. A lot of money spent on food and on alcohol. I don't currently drink, and I haven't drank for many years, so that's not my issue here. I don't have an issue, a passion for alcohol or whatever. But in South Africa, we have a problem with a high population of us do drink alcohol, and alcohol is very expensive. And then we have those people that really go out during the festive time. And we all know the drama of alcohol in the COVID period and the lockdown period, okay? Now we're free, we can buy anything, we can do anything we want to do basically. So now we like forgotten that we have responsibilities. We've forgotten that we have January coming up. And this is what really happens in the festive period. You have that sense that you're in the festive period and life is just enjoyable and there's no need to budget, or no need to think about keeping money for January. So some small families do the necessities now in December when they get their bonuses, and they make sure by October they start planning. They start buying their presents for their children from October. And in November, because they know they're gonna get some things more cheaper. In December, all prices go up. All prices go skyrocket, from food to alcohol to clothing to everything. All the bare necessities and luxuries go up in price. So the problem is that we don't want to budget. We tend to think that, oh, it's December, it's time to enjoy. And then when you've enjoyed yourself and your money's gone and you don't have nothing, and comes January and you're suffering, you're taking you're taking loans again from the bank, you're going to loan sharks, and you're going to family to borrow money because you're trying to cover up that hole that you've created in December while having all your fun. So yeah. Anyway, the reasons why we do this as people all over the world, not only South Africans, but everybody tends to spend or overspend during the festive period. So the reasons why, I'm going to first look at the reasons why we do this, okay? These are all social issues, okay? And also personal issues as people, okay? People feel over-pressured by this whole atmosphere of Christmas and festive period. If you go to the shopping malls now, you'll see there's decorations, there's music playing. In some malls, they're playing music. So you feel in that whole atmosphere of it's Christmas time and all the decorations and all those special sales, they call them sales, but not really sales anyway. So you're feeling all excited and you're taken in by the decorations, the whole atmosphere, the ambience of the whole feeling of Christmas, okay? That's another reason why people are pressured. And then they're also pressured by family as well. And then by society as well, because everybody expects people to be spending during this time. So if you have a bonus, a yearly bonus or a 13 check, you tend to use that money for all things that are not really important because you're busy trying to impress society, you're trying to impress your family, right? Another reason that people equate spending on Christmas goods as a form of enjoyment. Some people are like shopping addicts, they're addicted to shopping, so they just buy without thinking through a purchase. They just buy, so that, and they find it to be enjoyable. It gives them some sort of a high, right? But anyway, another reason why people tend to eat more expensive foods at this time. Again, you can't really avoid it because the normal food prices increase terribly. They increase terribly during the festive period. So you find that your basic foods that you normally buy during the non-festive period are more expensive because now they know the retailers know very well that this is the time that people are going to spend. So then prices skyrocket. Okay, another thing, people want to spoil themselves and their families. So they feel that they need to spend money, but they're not thinking wisely. They're not thinking about, do I really need this thing? Is this thing needed by my family? When you're buying a gift or when you're getting a gift for a family, it's not about the price. It's about the utility of that good, how useful this thing is going to be to that person. And these days we know that everybody likes to have mobile phones, expensive mobile phones. We like to have iPads, expensive iPads, all this expensive electronic stuff. At this time, companies or shops normally or retailers normally have some specials. So they kind of take away maybe 100 Rand off the price and they call it a special. But basically, it's just the same thing. It's the same price. It's still expensive and it's not really a necessity in your life. And there's always options, a cheaper option. Then people go for brands. That's another reason why people spend more money during the festive period because they're more focused on brands because they actually give brand goods more value. But this is a problem that people have generally right through the year. But the festive period, Christmas period, New Year's period, it seems to be like it gets worse because those brand prices increase like a whole 50% or even more, right? Then another reason is that for status reasons, some people will go out there and shop and spend money on gifts and expensive food and expensive outings and entertaining themselves because of status reasons. Because they tend to think that I'm now a working person, I'm now earning this type of money. Why should I still buy foods and buy goods that don't have a brand? I need to show my status. I've now arrived. That's where the problem comes in. But this is just a general problem, not only in the festive period, but right through the year. So if you're a person that's not prudent with money, you will never be prudent, even in the festive period. So I understand that if you're a prudent person and you think before you buy something, you think, do I really need this thing? And if I need it, can I budget for it within the next 6 months of the year and then buy that thing later on? And this is the type of perception or view I have adopted in my later years as now a married woman, because now I've got a partner, I've got a husband. We need to negotiate and speak about things that are important. Okay, another reason why people overspend during the festive period is that people are carried away with the festive atmosphere, as I spoke about that, and also they carried away the fact they want to compete with other people as well. We tend to have a society where people are competing with the Jones. If Mr. So and so next door, Mr. Komalo next door has this, I need to have it too as well, because why should he have it and I cannot have it? Yet you're not thinking about the affordability around. You're not thinking about, can I afford it? Because you don't know that person's lifestyle. You don't live in that person's life. and you don't know what's in his family, or you don't live in his home to understand. You don't know what's his budget like, what's his needs, or what his expenditure is. You don't know if he saves, whatever. You don't know how he even gets that money to afford all those wonderful things that you also like. So you need to be realistic, okay? Then another reason is the family pressure, especially in African culture. When you're a working person, the first thing they expect, if you're earning a certain salary or is working now, they expect within the next 2 years you must have a car. Then next 2 years or whatever, 1 year after the car story, you must now have your own apartment. Then next thing, you must be paying the wallet to get married. They put all these expectations for you, and in December time, well, it's even more worse. Well, this year, because of COVID-19, the pandemic, most people won't be going to the villages, their home villages, because of this whole pandemic story, right? They'll now be staying wherever they're working, they'll stay there. But some will go to the villages. And when you go to your village, in every African culture and all across the globe, or even all across the globe and in Africa, African cultures, they go to families during festival period. They go to their families, spend time with their family, and that's when they spend money. So you're not only spending time with your family, you're also spending money, and lots of money that you don't really have, because now they're expecting it. So that's the pressure you're getting. They're expecting that so and so is going to spend all his money because he's working in the city and he's got this promotion. Okay, then that's family pressure. I spoke about that, and then people overindulge. We have this issue in our minds that it's festive now, must overindulge. Even on Christmas Day, people tend up cooking loads of food. It's only for one day, but you're cooking like it's for a whole week. You're cooking so much meat products, from pork to chicken to biryani, fried lamb, all sorts of things. Some families even have braais where they really spend a lot of money on the meat. You see, so there's a lot of things that we shouldn't be really focusing on, but really think logically. Christmas time, people tend to forget logic and throw and common sense. They throw it out the door because it's festive time. It's time to spend. Okay, I'll end the first part of my video right here. I will make another video on giving on pointers on how we can avoid these things, how we can avoid spending overspending during the festive period. Thank you for listening to my video.